Hi, I'm Eliza.
I'm Amber.
And we are here for our latest library unboxing video, which is going to feature a really big box, like so big we can't even lift it, of fiction.
We lifted it a little, but it was hard.
You lift the box, you have to lift it like that. And then we have a few audiobooks that we're going to just put off to the side, and then if we see a pair, because I think a lot of them will pair with the fiction, we'll show off the pair. So,
right on the top, one of our favorite authors, super popular, Danielle Steele, The Good Fight.
Also super popular, Brad Thor writes thrillers, and this one is called Spy Master. And there he is on the back.
He regularly puts out new stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Something in the Water, a Reese's book club, by Katherine Steadman. And this is a psychological thriller. There's a shocking discovery on their honeymoon in paradise shatters the lives of a young couple.
I think this is in the Gone Girl, Girl on a Train vein.
Like something mysterious and creepy.
Oh, okay. This is nonfiction, My Girls, by Todd Fisher, A Lifetime with Carrie and Debbie. And I think that's Carrie Fisher's brother. And then he's a memoir of, since they both died so close together.
If anyone's interested in the audio, we have that too. Clock Dance by Ann Tyler. We have a set. An inspiring novel of one woman's transformative journey. It starts in 1967 and ends up, I think, in 2017. So.
I just think like there are authors who are popular in general, which Ann Tyler certainly qualifies as, and then there are ones who are like specifically extra popular at our library. Like people tell me all the time that they are enjoying her books.
That's great.
Linda Castillo, A Gathering of Secrets. She is on the back, and this looks like a sort of police investigation type.
Oh, Amish life.
Oh, Amish.
Did we just talk about this?
Or was that someone else we were surprised? I think it was someone else we were surprised that it was.
I guess the Amish live interesting lives.
I think there are a lot of books like the romances that take place in Amish country all like show Amish people on the cover, but the thrillers and police ones don't necessarily.
Yeah. Great Believers by Rebecca Makkai. Starts in 1985, and then 30 years later it follows the main character to Paris.
Oh, this is the one about the AIDS epidemic.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has something. There is a cult in it, but it has to do with AIDS.
And that one's been getting rave reviews. I didn't actually order it when it first came out. Usually I try to order things before they're published, and it just it's getting more and more popular. And I was like, oh shoot, I never bought that book. So Ben Coes, Bloody Sunday, another thriller.
And I think we have the audio for this. The Last Time I Lied. I think it's in the pile. By Riley Sager. In the latest thriller, a young woman returns to her childhood summer camp to uncover the truth about a tragedy that happened there 15 years ago. Oh, it is kind of a creepy face. I didn't realize that on the cover.
I didn't even realize that was a face. That's totally creepy. Double Blind, a novel by Iris and Roy Johansen, who I assume are relatives, but that's not her. Is that her husband? I can't keep track of the Johansens.
Imagine writing a novel with your husband.
Some people do it, but not me. Okay. I think it doesn't actually say a thriller, but I think it is sort of like a suspense type.
It looks like it might be.
Yeah.
Debbie Macomber writes Cottage by the Sea. I feel like a lot of her books are beachy and kind of cozy. Yeah, seaside town, eclectic community. So.
Speaking of marriage, speaking of husbands.
Okay.
If you're in my office, it's already too late. And this is a divorce lawyer's guide to staying together. After, I guess, learning about all of these failed marriages over the years.
What Truth Sounds Like by Michael Eric Dyson.
heard of him.
It's weird. It says America was split in two, not between North and South, but between the powerful and the disenfranchised. So he wrote Tears We Cannot Stop.
So a political writer.
Yeah, political nonfiction.
Danielle Silva.
And we have the audio. Another pair, another match made in heaven. Murder on the Left Bank by Cara Black. It sounds like maybe a historical fiction.
Looks like maybe a historical mystery or like. And there are people from Cambodia. It sounds like a complicated mystery that maybe takes place in the past and the present. That's my guess.
Yeah, he's written a lot of other mysteries based in other countries.
Maybe French procedurals.
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
Good idea.
Stay Hidden, Paul Doiron, and this is actually another, I think, police procedural, or actually, it's in this case, it's a warden, a game warden in Maine. So it's sort of not super local, but basically, I think by our standards, a local interest. A lot of people around here go up to vacation in Maine, so I think there'll be extra interest.
Give Me Your Hand by Megan Abbott. You don't have a self until you have a secret.
I've written some for books. I feel like I could name them.
Sure, The End of Everything, The Fever.
I think I read The Fever. Yeah, and it was like.
Does she write teen books?
I think a lot of her books, they're not for teens, but they have teens as protagonists. Like one of them was in a high school where like the girls started getting sick, and they were trying to figure out what was like the origin of all these girls getting sick. Sort of like the Salem witch trial type. Like, what is this madness? Oh, The Last Cruise, a novel by Kate Christensen, and this is about a bunch of people on a cruise. 1950s vintage ocean liner is making a final voyage. Excuse my lack of ability to talk. And but this doesn't take place in the 1950s. It takes place now, but this is the final voyage of an old ocean liner. And I'm particularly interested in this one because I read a review which compared it to the writing of Barbara Pym, who's one of my favorite authors. Amber knows because I probably talk about her all the time. So I'm particularly interested in this one.
Into the Raging Sea by Rachel Slade. 33 mariners, one megastorm, and the sinking of El Faro. So it's a true story of a sinking American container ship and the destructive forces of globalization that put the ship in harm's way.
I remember that in the news.
Interesting. So it looks like it all happens, if you can see the map, in maybe that little square somewhere in the North Atlantic.
Sounds like the kind of gripping nonfiction that people really get into.
Oh, yeah, and this apparently happened in 2015, so it's like a recent disaster.
Ace Atkins, a Quinn Colson novel, and this is a detective mystery.
We have a lot of like thrillery mysteries today. My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshke.
I feel like I've been seeing this book like in the news everywhere and on lists. Everybody's writing like think pieces about it because it's such a crazy premise.
It says a shocking and strangely tender novel about a young woman's efforts to duck the world by embarking on an extended hibernation with the help of one of the worst psychiatrists in the annals of literature and the battery of medicines she prescribes. This sounds awful. What is this? I mean, not awful, but it sounds like very strange.
It does. It sounds so weird, and the cover is so off-putting, and it's getting like so many good reviews. It's kind of crazy. I feel like we all need to try to read it just to see what's going on. But they must have deliberately made like a really off-putting cover.
I mean, it could be promising. You let me know how you like it, Eliza.
If you want to read the book that everybody's writing think pieces about, like that's the book. The Summer, apparently. The Summer Wives, Beatrice Williams.
Oh, she just wrote something else.
This takes place in the 1950s, and then there's another later. It goes into the 1960s.
But what did she just write? She just wrote another, maybe historical something. Beatrice Williams. I don't remember the name of it.
Post-war fable of love, class, power, and redemption.
Oh, Cocoa Beach. That's what I was thinking. Oh, I like this cover. Penelope Lively writes Life in the Garden. So it's very appropriate. Oh, and it's a nonfiction, so she...
I think it's about her gardening, like her life. It's actually about her life in the garden. She's a novelist, and she actually she's
84. She just turned 84.
Yeah, she writes really beautiful novels, and then her latest book before this was actually short stories, and I don't always read short stories, but I read it. It was called The Purple Swamp Hen, and it was really good.
I just have to read this part in her little bio. It says, in recognition of her contributions to British literature, she's been appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Doesn't that sound so cool?
That sounds badass.
I don't know what it means, but
yeah.
Maybe it's worth a read.
You know you've had a good career when. Yeah. Above and Beyond, John F. Kennedy and America's Most Dangerous Cold War Spy Mission. I think history buffs are going to be super into this.
Let's see. The Banker's Wife by Christina Alger. It looks like another thriller. Early morning in November, a private plane bound for Geneva, flying into a storm, goes off the radar, there's wreckage, all kinds of things happening.
Lisa Jackson, Liar, Liar.
It's another thriller, right?
Yep.
Girl, Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. Stop believing the lies about who you are so you can become who you were meant to be.
I think she's like an internet person who's just gotten really popular.
Yeah, she's founder of lifestyle website, thechicsite.com. So.
I'm going to swear again for this one. Twice in one podcast. It's pretty bad. It's called Bull Jobs, and it's basically about why so many people have jobs where they don't really do anything, and maybe the job isn't actually super necessary. We have some orphan audiobooks. Just real quick, I'll just say we're getting a new copy of The Martian because our old copy broke, and so many people listened to it that we decided we needed another one, and I was one of those many people, and I recommend it. Want to go?
Dear Mrs. Bird, we do have this book.
Yeah. And Bring Me Back. This is a thriller. We do have this one. Mm-hmm. And Cabin at the End of the World, if we don't have it, I think we're going to get it. It's sort of like a horror, psychological suspense. This is another sort of like big book of the summer, like one that everybody is talking about. I don't know exactly what happens, but scary, intense things.
That's it. Empty box.
There we go.
Bye.
Bye.